The following is a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.
Good morning, Tony Kurre here from the studios of Tony Kurre Radio, the TKR app, and of course on the TKR podcast network, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on every major indice out there. Just look up Tony Kurre Radio. That's Kurre with a K. You can check out Mission Minded, Dark Side of the Pooch, Wanna Bet, Need to Know, The Damon Johnson Show, Blues Almighty with Austin Hanks. We got Southern Precision Staffing with Live Wire Wednesday going on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Show after show, Students of the Game. When in Rome with Stuart Rome. We got show after show. You can listen to all the shows. We got a little something for everybody. If you like blues music, we got something. You got classic rock, you like something. You into finances, you got something. You got a car show we're going to do. We got all kinds of great shows and more shows in development here coming up starting tomorrow, which of course is February 1st, and happy early Groundhog's Day to you. We lost Cindy Williams yesterday. I was never a Laverne and Shirley guy. I was probably one of the few guys, Shamil Shamazel, that wasn't really into Laverne and Shirley. I was certainly into its predecessor in Happy Days, and I had a great conversation yesterday with a person who's about my age. Man, you know, we long for the simpler days, but just television was so stinking good back in the 70s. I mean, you had a Happy Days. Every day I'd get off the bus at 3:15 and run my ass to the TV to get on CBS to watch the black and white Gilligan's Island. Do you remember Billy? Man, I used to love me some Gilligan's Island. The black and white episodes were always better than the colored episodes. But fantastic show. Then we were talking about, I remember one time watching Welcome Back, Kotter. I think it was like on an 8:30 on NBC on Thursday nights. Thursday nights is the big TV night. If you're on Thursday nights, you're the crap. Welcome Back, Kotter. I remember sitting there at one point, I think I was like 12 or 13, thinking to myself, this is the greatest TV show I have ever seen. And now you watch it and you're like, what in the world is going on, man? Good Times, Taxi. My dad was always into All in the Family. That was a staple in the Kurre household. Three's Company. What else? Barney Miller. Maude. Love American Style. I'm trying to think of some of the other shows. My dad will watch Hee Haw. And I don't even know if you can watch Hee Haw on television anymore. But my dad would watch Hee Haw because we were a Midwestern family, and he thought it was funny to make fun of Southerners. And my mom would get so damn angry at him because she knew the only reason he was watching was to see the good-looking women with the low crop tops on chewing on hay for a half an hour. But it's great television shows. And again, I wasn't a big Laverne and Shirley guy, but she certainly, Laverne and Shirley, man, just had an incredible 6-7 year run. That was just a lot of fun to watch. MASH, yes, Al Cooper. You know, MASH was really interesting too because there were some episodes that were hilarious, and there were some episodes that were so serious, and that's what made that show fantastic. Yeah, just a great television back in the 70s and 80s. And again, you know, it's like showing your kid Jaws now. You know, it comes up, Rotten Tomatoes, it gets 5 stars, and then when you play Jaws for your 15 or 16 or 17-year-old kid, they're like, dude, this is horrible. This is terrible. What are we watching here? They're so used to the computer animation and everything that goes with movies today. But back in the time, man, it kept us off the beach. The 70s were a good time, man, so particularly when it comes to television. Rest in peace, Cindy Williams. You're now up putting gloves on bottles in heaven. So rest in peace there, Cindy Williams. Listen, a lot of things I do here on Tony Kurre Radio, and thanks to all of our great sponsors, and I mentioned those just a few minutes ago. And we've got some great partnerships we do here on Tony Kurre Radio, and I'm proud of all of them. The one thing that I did when I started this radio station, when I started this podcast network, was that I wanted to make sure that I utilized every partner I had. And if you've listened to me for the last 30 or 35 years on terrestrial radio, you realize that I would not endorse something that I didn't use. At one point, I had America's Best try to get me to wear glasses. Now I wear glasses. They're 150s, but they're not prescription. And they wanted me to do an endorsement for America's First glass place. And it may have been OptiWorld, I forget. And I said, I appreciate it. I'd love to have the business. I said, but I don't use your products, and so I can't really talk about you. And they're like, what's it going to cost? They thought I was playing hardball. I'm like, no, I'm not playing hardball. I have to use your service so I can talk about you. And they didn't understand that, and so I never did. So when you hear me talking about a particular client, whether it's Driscoll Gray, whether it's Southern Precision Staffing, whether it's the Jimmy Hill Mission or the Montgomery Area Food Bank, whether it was Adaptogent, whether it's Chris Dorse's State Farm team, I've been with him since 1988. I use all their services. So we started doing some commercials for Coosa Valley Auto Sale a few months ago, and Al Cooper's become a good friend of mine. And he was talking to me last night, and he's like, it's amazing because right now we're kind of in a major reset. Every January, everyone's in a major reset. We're all trying to improve the quality of our lives, or we're going for New Year's resolutions, and we're all trying to figure ourselves out. People are redoing their budgets. Things are a little slow. We're kind of getting into the new year, and it usually February 1st it takes off. Then you got tax money coming up. So people have disposable income and everything else. And what ends up happening is a lot of people, it gets really, really dry and really, really tight in the month of January for a lot of businesses. And so people start cutting corners. You can't do that, particularly in the car business. So if you're in that Pelham area, you're in that Inverness area, anywhere up and down the Highway 280 corridor, Chelsea, I'm in Hoover, I'm right down the street, I'm 23 minutes away from Coosa Valley Auto Sales. I've driven up there 3 or 4 different times. I'm going to trade my Odyssey in so I can get a better car because the thing's 10 years old and it's going to fall apart, so I'm going to need a new used car. But they do a wonderful customer co-op. And he said yesterday, he goes, it's amazing to me how people won't drive an extra 20 minutes to save 3 or 4 grand on your car. The used car business is huge business. There's a lot more used cars being sold now than new cars, and a lot of people think they're getting a better deal, and you're not. If you're looking for a great used car, something that's going to last you for a long period of time, go to CoosaValleyAutoSale.com, CoosaValleyAutoSale.com. Better yet, you're from the Hoover, the Chelsea area, up around Sylacauga, the Pelham area, anywhere up and down the Highway 2. Just take the quick ride. It takes you 15 or 20 minutes. Go to Coosa Valley Auto Sale and check out. They have been loading up this past December and January with all kinds of great inventory. And I promise you're going to be in and out of there. And most of the people that buy from Coosa Valley Auto Sale are repeat customers because they know they're going to get a great deal. And they're going to save, people, you're going to save thousands. You're going to save thousands. You literally will. Just to drive up the street a little further, you're going to save 2 or 3 grand than what you'd be paying down on Highway 280 or Highway 31 or one of these knuckleheads with these huge lots. And you pull on the lot and there's like 16 guys on top of you. They don't do that. Check out CoosaValleyAutoSale.com. There you go, Al. I hope you enjoyed that commercial. And I believe in you. Have yourself a fantastic week. Kurre and Claypo back on Thursday. We'll be doing our thing. And, of course, we'll also be on Fox 6 at 9:35 coming up on Thursday morning. Super excited about that. More shows throughout the week with, of course, Livewire Wednesday, our most listened to show, brought to you by Southern Precision Staffing. It's a full hour of dedicated to AC/DC. We'll do that show coming up 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And, again, I keep talking about this, and it is going to happen. We're in development of about, about 4 new shows that I'm really excited about on the TKR app. In the meantime, go to Tony Kurre Radio Podcast and just check out all the fantastic shows we have up. John David Lyons down in Delray in the market for a used Ferrari. You know what? If you would go to CoosaValleyAutoSale.com and ask him, you say, I'm looking for a used Ferrari, Al will probably find it for you. It'll be a fantastic day. I love you, bless you, and enjoy your wonderful Tuesday. See ya.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Kurre Radio.